Hi, today I'm going to show you some of the features and the classroom use of graphical analysis, an iPad app from Vernier. Graphical analysis allows lab groups to harness the power of Vernier data collection solutions, such as LabQuest2. Graphical analysis also provides new opportunities to lab groups. For example, every student in the lab group will get their own copy of the data. Individuals will be able to pinch and zoom and annotate their data analysis, and all that will be auto-saved for each student. Let's begin an experiment. In this experiment, student 1 and student 2 will both get their own copy of the data. The data will be the same, but each of them will do their own data analysis, and that is what will be saved in the app. Let me show you how it works. First, I'm going to tap this plus button to add a session. You can see that it automatically identifies devices that are on the network. I'll go ahead and start a session here with the LabQuest. You can see that the app has automatically identified that I've got a motion detector connected to my LabQuest. I can use the button here inside the app to start and stop data collection. I'm going to go ahead and start this. And you can see that the data are collected in real time, both for student 1 and for student 2. Now each individual student can go ahead and do their own analysis. So let's take a closer look at the app. Here are some of the tools. You can see this gear icon. In that menu, you'll find settings, network information, and a user guide. The view options include a meter view, a table view, where you can see all of the data, and options for showing different numbers of graphs. In the Add Session menu, in addition to being able to choose devices, you can actually do a lot without a device connected to the network. For example, you can use the internal accelerometers built into the iPad, or you can choose manual data entry and enter in your own numbers and perform the same data analysis with those numbers that you've specified. Finally, there's an export option, which enables students to export graphs or data either to another app or to their teacher, so the teacher can have a look at it. Now let's take a closer look at some of the options for data analysis. Now that I have my experiment finished, I can tap anywhere on the screen and see what those values are. It'll show both the X and the Y values for that position in the graph. I can zoom in on the graph with a pinch. I can zoom back out. If I drag, it'll make a selection. I can zoom in on that selection just by double tapping. To zoom back out, you can double tap again, or you can tap once on this zoom thumbnail, and that will auto-scale your data. Tapping on a selection brings up some selection options. For example, I can add an annotation so I know what this part of the experiment is supposed to tell me. I'll write free fall here, and then I'll choose from one of these fits. There are various curve fits here, and I think a quadratic will look very nice here. That looks pretty good. I can even drag the edges of my selection to adjust them. I can tap and hold and adjust the whole selection. And you can see that the fits update in real time. Once that looks the way you want it, you can tap on this button with the eye, and it will show you the graph options. You can name your graph. You can add a caption that explains what's happening in the experiment. You can also adjust the appearance. If you don't like the look of the lines, if it's important to you to see the points, you can show the points or you can show both. You can see that the title is available here in the options. Tap on the y-axis to see any of the runs that you've taken over all this time. You can show them together. And tapping any of these will select or deselect them. Tap on the x-axis to choose between x-axis variables. And then finally, if you tap on this icon in the corner, you'll bring up the history. This will show you all the experiments that you've taken. And you can pull up any of them and finish your data analysis, and you still have the same tools and the same ability to export or to open it in another app. These are some of the features available in graphical analysis for iPad. It's available now in the App Store, and we're looking forward to seeing what you can do with it.